Hello all, welcome to the Universal Group of Institution, Bangalore. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about diplomatic clashes currently shaking the whole global stage. The escalating tensions between India and Canada. So India and Canada are on a historic low over a killing of a Sikh activist. It's a complex saga filled with political twists, historical tensions and high-stakes diplomacy. Let's break it down and see where things stand today. And more importantly, we will be saying what this means for the future of both the nations. But before we dive in this, I want you to imagine this. You are sitting down to have dinner and suddenly you find out that your country is in midst of global political storm. How will you feel? That's what's happening in Canada when Prime Minister Justin Trudeau accused India of orchestrating the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a Sikh activist. So there was a Sikh activist, his name was Hardeep Singh Nijjar, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau accused India of orchestrating the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. So this was the whole agenda which was happening. And because of this, we have seen that there was burning of the images of our diplomatic people, our diplomatic agents there in Canada. So how did we get there? And who is Hardeep Singh Nijjar? First, let's talk about Hardeep Singh Nijjar, the man at the center of this controversy. Born in India's Punjab, he migrated to Canada in midst of 1990s, fleeing crackdowns on Sikh separatists. Fast forward a couple of decades and he became a prominent figure in the Sikh community in British Columbia. Nijjar was a vocal advocate of the creation of an independent Sikh nation in Khalistan. That is, he wanted an independent Sikh nation, that is Khalistan. India, however, branded Nijjar a terrorist in 2020, accusing him of plotting violence back home in Punjab. Despite these allegations, he continued to lead efforts for a referendum supporting Khalistan from his Canadian base. And then in June 2023, everything changed. Nijjar was shot dead outside his temple by masked men, leading to the unfolding diplomatic storms. So why does this one killing have such a seismic impact on international relations? Why there is such a big impact? Let's get into that next. So we will be discussing why the rift between India and Canada is increasing. So after Nijjar's assassination, Trudeau dropped a bombshell. So he said that agent of Indian government is being linked to this killing. So the Nijjar killing, he has linked with Indian's government agents. Now think about that for a second. A sitting prime minister accusing another nations for orchestrating an assassination on his soil. So this is so difficult and this is so weird to hear about. Naturally, India denied everything. India said, we don't have any hands in this, calling Trudeau's allegations absurd and politically motivated. India even claimed that Canada has become a safe haven for Sikh separatists. So this is the agenda. Even India thinks that Canada has become a safe haven for Sikh separatists. With each accusation, diplomatic expulsions followed. Canada expelled 6 Indian diplomats. India retaliated by expelling 6 Canadian diplomats. And we are not talking minor figures here. These are high-level officials, the key players in fostering international relationships between the two countries. So the scenario is tit for tat happening over here. First, Canada did it by expelling our 6 diplomats, and then India also did a return answer to it by expelling 6 Canadian diplomats. So there is a kind of diplomatic war going on between India and Canada now. Now we will see the impact of India-Canada relation on this issue. But what about the broader picture? India and Canada weren't always in odds. In fact, the two countries have a long history of cooperation dating back to 1947. They have worked together on trade, nuclear energy, and even people-to-people ties, with Canada hosting one of the largest Indian diaspora in the world. Yes, this might be shocking for you, but this is the reality. Canada is like hosting one of the largest Indian diaspora in the world. It's one of the country holding the largest Indian diaspora. And did you know over 1.6 million people of Indian origin live in Canada today? And trade, if we talk about trade, India was Canada's 10th largest trading partner in 2023, with billions of dollars flowing between the two countries. Yet, the current conflict is straining even those strong connections. Trade talks were paused in September 2023 and diplomatic negotiation stalled. What started as a murder investigation has grown into a full-blown diplomatic crisis now. Yes, it all started with the murder investigation, but now you can see it has become such a big issue. Now what's next? Now here's where things get tricky. If tensions continue to rise, Canada might impose sanctions on India. But India too holds cards it could play. For example, Indian students make up a significant portion of Canada's international student population, nearly 250,000. What would happen if India discouraged these students from going to Canada? What will happen? So we have nearly 250,000 students studying in Canada. And if our government started discouraging these students from going from India to Canada, then what will happen? Let's pause here for a second. Beyond education, India could also take measures against pro-Khalistan activists in Canada, such as cancelling overseas citizen of India cards for those involved. So India can also do this. Both countries could hurt each other in different ways, but the question is, will it come to that? Now we will see the larger implications of it. While the diplomatic tensions escalates, this isn't just about India and Canada anymore. The world is watching closely. Yeah, the world is watching the Cold War, the diplomatic war between India and Canada, which is happening. Canada has sought support from allies like US, the UK and Australia even, all of whom have large Sikh population as well. India, on the other hand, is pushing back, asserting that its sovereignty and national security are non-negotiable. We are witnessing a clash of values. Yes, we are witnessing a clash of values. Canada's emphasis on free speech and protection for minority communities versus India's stance on national unity and combating separatist movements. So we have seen that these all things are going on. So where do we go from here? What lies ahead? Diplomatic efforts may still offer a path to resolution, but it's going to take careful negotiation and a willingness from both sides to lower the rhetoric. Neither country benefits from a prolonged conflict. If we have a prolonged conflict, neither India nor Canada is going to benefit, especially when their citizens, whether in trade, education or international relations, stand to lose so much. What do you think will happen next? Could cooler heads prevail, or is this the start of much bigger geopolitical divide? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Till then, stay tuned with us.